Welcome to MMA Oddsmaker. I'm Nick Kalikas. Joining me today, I have Jeremy Botter and Reed Kuhn. Let's get started. Fight number 14, the UFC Welterweight Title up for grabs between champion George St-Pierre and challenger Johny Hendricks. We're going to start off with Jeremy Botter first. Jeremy, I am going to open up GSP as the favorite. He's going to enter -240. The comeback on Hendricks is going to be +190. With your $5 donated bankroll, give me your take and give me your bet.
Usually I know not to bet against George St-Pierre, Nick, but in this case, I'm going to go the opposite direction. I think Johny Hendricks is easily the toughest challenger that GSP has ever faced for his title. He's got the wrestling, he's got the power. Most importantly, he's got the power. This guy can knock anybody out, as we've seen with both hands. He's very durable. I am taking Johny Hendricks to upset George St-Pierre.
Okay, so Jeremy Botter is going to go with the underdog here. +190 on Hendricks. It's going to be 500 to win 950. Let's throw it over to Reed Kuhn. It's going to be GSP versus Hendricks for the World Welterweight Title.
Well, this matchup is definitely more interesting than the Diaz fight. Perhaps there's a bit of hindsight bias that I have here, just kind of being dissatisfied with how Diaz fought that. But Hendricks does have wrestling credentials, which is something that GSP's opponents have lacked lately, and he also has these very explosive hands. He gets inside fast. He's undersized for his weight class, but he gets inside fast, and he has this explosive left hand that knocks people out. So if anybody's going to dethrone George St-Pierre, it's going to be someone with the knockout power and wrestling, and that's what Johny Hendricks brings. So I'm very tempted to go that route, but I also look at when Hendricks has gone to a split decision twice against Josh Koscheck and Mike Pierce. He gassed out a little bit. He looked like he was fading, or perhaps his opponents were starting to figure out his timing, and he lost the final rounds in both those fights. And I think that if GSP can weather that early storm, he definitely takes us the distance, or possibly even a submission. So while I might hedge this later, depending on what the money looks like for a prop on a KO finish, I do like GSP as a straight-up pick. It's a justifiably close line, but I'm going to go with the champion.
All right, so Reed Kuhn is going to lay the juice on GSP. -240. It's going to be $1,200 to win $500. Both of our experts do split on this fight. Very tempting to take the underdog in Hendricks at +190. I do agree because of that knockout power and because of the way GSP's looked in his last couple fights against Condit, against Diaz. Very tough competitors, but we didn't see GSP in his best form. So Hendricks definitely has a chance to win this fight with his knockout power, with his wrestling, but I do side with GSP a little bit more. He does have more advantages coming into this fight, and if the line does drop to under 2 to 1, I might be tempted to lay a bet on GSP. As far as adjustment goes, I'm not going to touch a line. I'm going to let it hit 5 dimes at -240, +190. We'll see where the public takes the line. I do think it's an awesome fight. Looking forward to it as well. Make sure you guys stay tuned as we break fight number 15 tomorrow on MMA Oddsmaker.